We're recording over here. We're recording over
there.
there. We're recording really everywhere.
Everywhere.
Hey, I'm Alex Radcliffe from Board Game Co.
Hi, I'm Rena.
And today we're going over what we backed in August. We're going to be going over all the games we backed in this past August, which in this case there were 16 games that were potential backs, of which...
You back 16.
No, that's going to be September. That's going to be September.
Okay.
September's going to be a problem. Anyways, we'll come back to September in a second, but this is what we backed. We're going over all the games that I considered backing in August. Specifically, they're the games that ended in August, so they have to have an end date in August. So if it's an active campaign and started August 26th and it's ending in September, that's a September conversation. Then it has to be a game that I was interested in some way, shape, and form. Can't just be a game that just existed. I have to in some way be interested in it and or have considered backing it. There's one that's probably shouldn't be here. It really should be 15 games. There's a 16th, whatever. There's a game that I don't know if I ever really would have backed it. I want to, but like I shouldn't. We'll get to it. We'll explain. Anyways. And then from here, I backed 4 of these games.
That's it?
Only 4. The past few months have been very boring months. The past few months have been me holding off, having a lot of self-control. In fact, there's a few games here that I think people will be surprised that I didn't back. But I didn't, because self-control, I'm trying to be more mindful, I'm trying to not back games, meaning games that I want but I know are just less and less likely to hit the table, I'm just backing them less and less often. And so, having self-control. September will be a problem, because September hasn't even begun yet, and I already have like 10 games I want to back, like really want to, not just like abstractly want to, but know I'll have self-control, but like really strongly considering backing. That's September's problem. In any case, we're going to go through this, starting off the bat. Timestamps as always to all the things down below. Starting off with Aquamarine.
You backed it.
Are you, this is a print and play, it's not a real game.
Yeah.
Okay.
So why wouldn't you?
I backed it. Aquamarine, I backed it. This is one of the 4 games. Aquamarine is a diving game from the same people from Postmark Games who brought us Voyages. That was the last game. I backed
game.
Voyages. I've played Voyages. I've enjoyed Voyages. This is a roll and write, but it's a print-and-play roll and write, which means I backed this half with the justification that I'm supporting them and giving them $5, who cares, and half with the, maybe at some point I'll actually print these out, laminate them, and have like, I want to get like a proper folder where I can store all my print-and-play roll and writes, because if they're just a piece of paper...
Just send it to me, I can use it. I have the laminator upstairs.
Yeah, but I need a place to put them. I need like an actual nice box. It's got to be something I'm gonna.
I have a magazine holder.
I don't know. It needs to be something that's...
I have a thing. I'll make a thing.
Something's happening apparently. We'll figure it out. For me, there's a bunch of these print and play roll and writes. They're happening more and more. It's a more and more common thing over on Kickstarter now, with people giving you print and play roll and writes. And this one has you rolling dice and using those dice to decide how far you move, as well as how big of a location you're scouting. They have different maps over here, and you're trying to optimize your score around it as you build these little shapes out and move around the board and get low.
So cute.
It looks adorable.
I'm very excited.
Absolutely. I backed it. Haven't played it yet because I need to go through the stuff. But also, it's a print and play, so it's not like Kickstarter where it's like this is a print and play, which means you might be able to play it like months later, as opposed to like a year and a half later.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because they're not sending you anything. They're just giving you a file. The game exists. But that is Aquamarine. Very quick, very to the point. I'm sure you can go ahead and available now on our website. You can back it if you want. Yeah, that's the thing.
Can you get it right now? When it says available, doesn't mean
I may have already see updates. It's possible they sent me a thing. Missed the campaign. Aquamarine is now available. Dropbox links to the files. Yes, as of August 4th, I can play this game. I have not played this game. Anyways, moving on to the next one, Bloodstones by Martin Wallace. Bloodstones over on GameFound is a game from Martin Wallace. This is the one which you are basically, okay, how to take this. A bunch of factions on the board, bunch of tiles, and the tiles are defining both your actual units on the board, as well as the activation of said units and how your action economy works. This is from Martin Wallace, one of my favorite designers, has a whole bunch of maps, a whole bunch of factions, each giving their own unique advantages as far as how they interplay. Some people have compared it to like Small World on like a much higher level of like strategy and activation and all those things. That's Bloodstones. No? Just voting already? I did not black Bloodstones. I want Bloodstones. I love Martin Wallace's designs. It was expensive, and I wasn't convinced enough that this would be a game that sticks around. And expensive games, like I said already, I'm trying to have self-control. Could it be amazing? Absolutely it could.
Good job.
Did I have self-control? I did for right now. Moving on to Dead Reckoning Letters of Marque from AEG. This is the expansion.
Marque or Marquee?
I say Letters of Marque, but I don't know the answer to that. I don't know. Letters of Marquee. This sounds wrong. Letters of Marque. Alexa, what's a letter of marque?
According to an Alexa Answers contributor, a letter of marque and reprisal was a government license in the age of sale that authorized a private...
Alexa, cancel. It's letters of marque.
Canceling.
I've never been right about words in my life. Dead Reckoning, Letters of Marque from AEG. Aldrak and Tavern Group, this is the expansion to Dead Reckoning. This brings you Letters of Marque, which is basically an expansion of two things combined. I have Dead Reckoning.
Where
I have
is
Dead
it?
Reckoning. It is, I actually just moved it. It used to be behind me on the shelf over here, and I actually just did a full rearrangement of all the games behind me.
You did?
Yes, full rearrangement.
Oh.
Exactly.
Cute.
I was bored. I decided I wanted to rearrange. I haven't rearranged this in forever.
I don't think you ever say the words "I'm bored." You
I don't
have
listen,
time to
no,
be
no,
bored.
I wasn't bored. I was like feeling the change, and right now it's over there, up there. It's over there. That's not my getting rid of shelf. If that's your question.
No, that's over there.
Yes, that's over there. It's not on that shelf. And yeah, Dead Reckoning. I have Dead Reckoning. This is the expansion that brings you Letters of Marque, which are these little government-issued letters where you can hunt down other players and things like what the device said.
Do you play Dead Reckoning?
I do play Dead Reckoning.
With who?
With Akiva, Jesse, and Shira.
So you
I think those
backed
are
it.
people. I did not back this
You
one.
didn't?
No, this
So
is the one.
proud of you.
This is the one that's going to throw people for a loop. I did not back Dead Reckoning Letters of Marque because it has it's an expansion that comes with the third saga, and I haven't even finished the first saga. I barely touched the
I
sagas.
should have asked that question.
Well, no, not necessarily. It's not something irrational, but I've become more rational. Dead Reckoning is a game I really enjoy. The Letters of Marque expansion is one that I'm very much on the fence about. And to be fair, there is the bias aspect that I know that AEG does send me some things, so it's possible I'll get it. So there is that additional bias, but I don't think I would have backed it otherwise. Like I covered this expansion. I said I like it. I do. But the problem is most of what you're paying for is the third saga, and like you get a few components of Letters of Marque. And while I like them, I don't know if I like them to the tune of being willing to pay like whatever it was, $60 for it. So it's nice, and it's a game. Dead Reckoning is a game that's harder to table. I don't play it that often. Practically speaking, I'd probably be paying like $20 a play for an expansion that I think is like. I mean, eventually I'd play it more than 3 times, but I don't know how often. Ultimately, this is an expansion that I enjoyed, but I did not feel was essential. It's an expansion that at a cheaper price point I would have gotten, and it's an expansion that if I wanted the third saga, I would have gotten it. For right now, I'll hold off. There'll be another Kickstarter down the road. I'll get it then if I need to. I'm not in a rush. But that is Dead Reckoning Letters of Marque. This one was the big surprise to me. I'm just telling you, I'm having more self-control. It's a big thing.
So until September.
Until September. September's all gone. It's all gone in September. No, it's done. I'm sorry. September's over. September's a problem. Anyways, moving on to Dodos Riding Dinos reprint and the new Dodo Dash expansion. This is Dodos Riding Dinos. What's the question here?
There were so many letter D's.
There are lots of D's over here. Dodos Riding Dinos is a game in which you are basically playing through a racing dexterity game. You're racing with your little dodos around the board, but you're also playing a dexterity game where you can be like flicking logs across the board, dropping volcanoes on people, just doing all kinds of...
Please
It's
tell me you backed
adorable. Are you guessing
I'm guessing.
that I backed it?
Yes.
I did not back it.
Why?
Because it's like $100 for like a dexterity game, and these things we always get them for the kids with the hypothetical aspect of the kids will love it, they'll play it, they'll enjoy it so much, and then they don't play it.
Didn't you spend $80 on stuffies?
They use their stuffies.
They'll use this too.
This will go on the list of like the 40 other games that they
It has
get.
projectiles.
Yeah, our 2-year-old projectiles all the time. We already have projectiles. We don't have a 2-year-old anymore. He used to projectile. He still throws up. He just threw up this past week. It's all good.
He was not one that threw up a lot.
He didn't throw up a lot. That's your response. It wasn't a lot. He only projectiled a little bit.
No,
Get the other...
it was the one above him that used to...
Used to. I'm in the moment. I'm living in the moment here. We had a 3-year-old who like threw up like in the middle of the night. I was asleep doing the whole thing. I don't know why I'm the one remembering this. You were like up all night just like all he hurls all over the place. And I'm just like...
threw up once.
I wake up the next morning and I'm like, did he throw up last night? Because I vaguely recall something happening. You're like, yeah, he threw up last night.
It's only one time.
Only one time.
And he made it to the bathroom.
Only one time because the time before was like a week earlier.
No. Yes. I forgot about that time.
We have plenty of projectiles, is my point. I did not back Dodos Riding Dinos. It is here because it was compelling. It wouldn't be here if it wasn't compelling. But it's also, look at that. We got Servant and Aries over here.
It's so cute.
Do we care?
No.
Okay, cool. Moving onwards to Draconis Invasion Collected Edition, Wrath and Glory. This is the newest... Wow.
Am I wrong?
No, you're right. But like, wow. This is a deck builder. It's got deck building cards, and it's got art and cool things, and it looks like it's a Dominion clone, and it's like in a good way, but like it looks fun. Like the art's great, and it's a deck builder, and I was interested in getting it, but no, I didn't back it. Moving on to the next one. Euthia Resurrected. Euthia Resurrected from Steamforged Games. This is Euthia. This is Euthia, and Resurrected is like the expansion for Euthia, and it's relaunched and all these things.
I'm
Steamforged
assuming
Games.
Euthia comes back to life.
Euthia returns. Euthia returns. Euthia is a RPG adventure game which you're wandering around the map, leveling up your characters, interacting with the other players, interacting with the environments and the elements as you try to ultimately get as many points as possible and win the game as you level up your character across like, hours of game. No, I didn't back it. Euthia is one that
You have so many games like this that you're in the middle of right now.
I do. I do, and the reason this was a cheat, this is the one that I had in mind when I said it's a cheat. I don't know if there's ever really a conversation where I would have backed Euthia, because I've played Euthia. I've played the original first game, and I like the game. It's a good game.
I'm so happy for you.
I like Mage Knight more. Now, they did bring it back to Kickstarter, and they brought it back with expansions, and I was like, maybe I should get it for the solo content, because, like, the solo stuff is where I'd really, like, they added more solo and adventure-y things and more reasons to dive into it.
so many other solo games right now that you're trying to play that do this exact mechanic.
I know, I didn't back it, I know.
Just saying.
Anyways, Foundations of Rome, Roads of Fortune, and Second... Okay, moving on to the next one, Hijack. Foundations of Rome, this one, honestly, I shouldn't have backed it. I shouldn't have. I barely know what the expansion does. Not because I didn't try, because, like, the first day they're like, here's a $40 expansion, and it gives you, like, 3 pieces and stuff on the edge of the board, and I was like, well, that's kind of why I backed it, because I had the same reaction, but, like, we love Foundations of Rome.
It was such a good game.
It's a great game.
I really like it. It's right here.
I think the expansion, I moved it. The expansion was, I believe, overpriced to the point that they actually went back and lowered it a bit. They kind of like, here's a $5 credit on the Pledge Manager, because our pricing's not the bestest on this expansion.
Okay, even if it's inside the box.
I know, if it didn't,
really
I would have
big.
backed it. If it didn't, because the $40 expansion for it looked like nothing much going on. I mean, it's not bad. It's like, hey, the edges of the board matter more. Okay.
I played Bunny Kingdom. That's where I get all my points.
Yeah, it's not. There's no skyboard. If there's a skyboard, I could have paid $200 for it, because I know how much you like the skyboard. There's no skyboard.
It's rainbow colored.
It's rainbow colored. Yeah, no, this is the expansion. It adds some things. It makes the edges of the board matter more. They may have added more stuff. I didn't follow every single update all the way to the end. They had updates saying, hey, stuff matters, and also the price is too high.
So much so far?
This is the second thing I got.
Okay.
Yep, out of 4.
I just had to keep track.
Out of 4.
I think I'm halfway through.
Next one up is Hijacked. Hijacked over here. Hijacked from Greenest Games. Hijacked is a game of basically a thrilling, eco-friendly board game set in the year 2050 that lets you negotiate with hijackers and save passengers. A 1 to 4 player game which you're trying to basically try to saving all the passengers, art by the Micho, to save passengers, stop them from being hijacked, things like that.
Is this like Flashpoint?
No, this is like Hijacked.
No.
No, I didn't back it. No, it's not like Hijacked.
No, you didn't back it.
I didn't. I wanted the game. I actually remembered more about it back when I covered it. But for right now, I kind of just remember that I saw the price point and I was like, it looks good, but I don't know if it's essential. And there's lots of games that look good. And as much as I love the Micho and the art by the Micho, I don't keep all his games. I keep Valerian Card Kingdoms.
That's important.
I'm pretty sure I have other games from him.
All of Valeria. There is another game that you have from him.
What other games do I have?
I don't remember.
I have Claim. The entire Claim series. I feel like I have more games.
You do. I just don't remember what it is.
Oh, I have City of Spies. Okay, good. There's more. We're starting to get there. I still feel there's more, but 3 is enough that I can stop and say I have games with art by the Micho, but I've also gotten rid of a lot of games with art by the Micho, and I don't need to keep all his games or get all his games. And this was expensive. Not expensive, but I was like, I can get it down the road. There's not a rush.
So much energy right now.
I have lots of energy. Moving on to Moon, if it loads. Moon from Sinister Fish Games. Moon is a semi-drafting game, which you're going to be pass and base building game for 1 to 5 players from the designer of Villagers, which you've actually played. You've played Villagers.
I have played Villagers.
Yes.
It's in a very similar looking box.
It is, you see, Villagers and Streets and Moon. You haven't played Streets, you have played Villagers, and you have not played Moon, because Moon does not exist yet in physical, well, I guess a prototype somewhere. I didn't play this one. But anyways, this is Moon. You're going to be building out your Moon bases as you draft cards and pass and build Moon base thing. Yeah, I mean, I could have been more obvious as a pass and build Moon-based thing. I didn't get Moon. I thought Villagers was good. I am still intrigued by Streets. Moon didn't capture me. Nothing about the actual Kickstarter seemed to, like, really pull my attention. It just looked like... No. It's just nothing. It's fair. That's fair. Almost by the very nature of being part of the series of Villagers, which was good, not good enough for me to keep, but good, and Streets, which compelled me. Moon, I was interested in. The biggest problem was, and I was interested in to the point that I could have possibly backed it. But once I got to the Kickstarter, at the end of the day, I was looking at the whole thing, and I was like, it's like, I want to build Tableau thingies and do thingies, but, like, I'm not compelled by what exactly this is doing and why I should specifically get this one as opposed to, well, anything else.
I feel.
Yeah, that was Moon. Moving on to Moonrakers Titan.
This one you did back.
You locking in your guess?
I am.
Okay, I backed Moonrakers Titan. You are doing well tonight. You got 1 miss and everything else has been like just fire. Like, it's not even the fact how accurate. Just like yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. Can I get back to my work? Yes, no. I have school tomorrow. There's teachers. There's parents. I am done with this. Yes, no. Can we just go on? Moonrakers.
I finished writing my homework as you were bringing a really good point.
Moonrakers Titans. Yeah, I backed this. This is a no-brainer. This is the expansion to Moonrakers with all the new content Moonrakers. I absolutely backed this because I had an opportunity to play it. I played the original Moonrakers and liked it a lot, and also felt that sometimes it gave me inconsistent plays, but when I played the expansion content, I really enjoyed it, and it really elevated Moonrakers for me, especially when you have the solo play, which you technically don't need expansion content for, but it's nice to have all that. And so yeah, I went ahead and backed this one because I like Moonrakers more than I did before, and I already started off with liking liking it. I just like it more now. And with that, we move on to the next one, which is Return to Dark Tower, which is halfway down the page for some reason.
What in the world's going on here?
I don't know. Return to Dark Tower, which is still halfway down the... Return to Dark Tower!
You are returning to the Dark Tower.
Make sure to follow the project for updates and to be notified when late pledges and the late pledges manager opener. Restoration Games over on Backer Kit. This is like the first big like board game Backer Kit campaign. But this is Restoration Games and Return to Dark Tower. This is technically Return to
I was going to say,
Dark
is there
Tower.
something called Dark Tower?
Yeah, there's Return to Dark Tower, and then there's the second printing and expansion for Return to Dark Tower, but you can't call it Return to Dark Tower because that would be weird. So instead they just called it Return to Dark Tower second printing, which is not nearly as cool sounding as Return to Dark Tower the second returning. That'd be a cool one.
Like a time loop. Okay.
Return to Dark Tower!
No.
Wow. Do you want to hear about the game?
If you want to.
Do you want to lock in your guess, or should I hear about the game first?
I'll lock in my guess.
Okay, I didn't back it. Return to Dark Tower is expensive. It's compelling on the surface level. Every time it's been on Kickstarter or GameFound, or not GameFound, it's not been on GameFound. It was on Kickstarter a long time ago. Actually, along with Foundations of Rome, it was like why are they both back? They're both on Kickstarter, and they're both on, well, Backer Kit and Kickstarter at the same time for the second printings and expansion stuff. But yeah, I was interested back then. I was interested now, but not enough to spend hundreds of dollars on a game that is also like an app-driven game as well, which means it would see less playtime.
Yeah.
That's just in general, app-driven games see less playtime here, and so that is interested, but not willing to pay for it.
Cool.
Moving on, Shoes Tactics from Leviathan Games. Another roll and write of basically trying to let's see, how do you even describe this one? It's a roll and write which it's a print and play roll and write, so you're not buying this. You are buying it. That's how Kickstarter works. You're not getting a physical product. You're getting a holy. Can we stop with all the stretch goals? You're basically going to be rolling dice and then using those to mark off various sections of your board so you can prepare your army against the inevitable invasions. That's what it is. Print and play roll and write called Shoes Tactics.
It looks really cute.
It does look really cute.
Generally, you back roll and write.
I generally back roll and
much
writes.
is it?
It's $5.
Yeah, I'm assuming you backed it.
I did not back it.
I was doing so well.
I actually
It's
tried.
always the roll and writes that get me.
I actually try not to back most of these print and play roll and writes. Most of them I
They're
try to
so
avoid.
cute.
I know, but I won't print them out and play them. And we have so
I
many
will
other
print
roll
them
and
out
writes.
and play them.
We have so many roll and writes we're not getting to. What's the rush on these?
Because they're cute.
Yeah, I got Aquamarine because Aquamarine just looked like. I mean, this looks amazing, and I got the last game which I like too. So there's that.
Next one.
Next up, we have Monster Hunter Silver Coin: Age of Monster Hunters.
Hey.
This is a monster hunting game, which you're going to pick up an
Really?
adventure. You're going to... Yes, that's the Age of Monster Hunters. It's a monster hunting game, which you're going to pick an adventure. You're going to level them up. You're going to get all this gear and stuff that they need. You're going to choose their starting like benefits, and you're going to bid on those things. I even knew what I was talking about. I knew what I was talking about.
You have so many of these.
Yes, but this one's special.
Did you back it?
No. I have The Witcher coming. This one, the biggest issue I have with this one is, and to be fair also, I do think they're sending me a copy, but I don't think I would have backed it otherwise. My biggest issue with this is the table space in this is a lot, and the rules are a lot, and the overall investment is a lot. And like you said, I have a lot of these, and some of them I already know how to play, and so I do want this. I am interested in it. I'm happy they're sending me a copy, but I don't think I would have when I get the copy, I'm going to try to dive into it. I'm not going to get rid of it, if they send me a copy, that is. But it's not one that I would have backed otherwise. Shelf control and the overall investment to table this, and just mental investment and table space and all those things had it so that I was intrigued and interested. But I have so many of these. You know what else I have? A lot
Out of energy.
Moving on to Star Realms: Rise of Empire.
Wait, I know this game. Maybe. I don't know now. Continue. Go ahead.
Star Realms: Rise of Empire. How many games are left?
Not that many.
We got that one, we got that one. Star Realms: Rise of Empire. This is a legacy version of Star Realms. It's giving you Star Realms, which is a classic
Oh,
deck
it's a
builder.
legacy game?
It's a legacy game.
Oh.
It's a legacy game.
Oh. We haven't had one of those in a while.
We have not had this. It's a deck building legacy game, which you're going to be building out your spaceship crews and then combining them in different ways as you power up and level up your cards across. It's also a replayable legacy game. The way they did this one is you kind of have a reset option. It's a weird way. They either have sticker packs or just a way to continuously replay forever.
And?
Nothing, just no end. Just you can keep replaying it. It's the 10
What
mission.
do you do?
It's a 10 mission arc in which you draft your cards, you build out your deck
Cooperative
time.
or head-to-head?
Head-to-head. 2-player head-to-head legacy deck builder. Actually, it might even be more than 2 players.
Are there spiders?
Maybe. There are probably spiders somewhere, let's be honest.
Or worms.
There's definitely worms somewhere. I mean, even this cluster pod, what do you think comes out of the cluster pod? Spiders and worms, thank you very much.
It's a promo card. We don't have to look at the promo
Yes,
card.
exactly. We have the Defense Drone, the Fire Moon, we have the Nanobot Armada, we have the
any
Merchant
other
Carrier,
things?
Frontier Fortress, 8 more promos, Warrior Larvae, we have Larvae. Dear Lord, there's spiders and worms, obviously. Yeah, you got the Battle Cluster.
What are you doing?
You're
leveling up your ship.
Armada Worm. There's literally an Armada Worm here. Thank you so much, by the way, Wise Wizard Games. I appreciate you so much. Where are the spiders?
There always are worms.
Where are the spiders? The spider expansion comes sold separately. Okay, cool. Yeah, anyways, this is Star Realms. You're going to have your hand cards. You're going to have a card row. You're going to buy cards and then deck build and then play cards. And the cards are going to be things like, shield and attack and defense and more economy. And then burn this card. And if you have 2 cards in the same faction, you can go ahead and have a stronger ability because both factions play off one another. And then I go boom, 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 and your health goes down to 32. Then you go boom, boom, boom. My health drops down to 24.
I don't think you backed it, but I feel like I'm going to be wrong. But you didn't back it.
I did not back it. I did actually back it. And then I canceled my pledge. So, you were really close there. Yeah. This is one in which I basically, I try the game, I play the game, I like the game. I really, really do. This is Star Realms, which I really, really like. And so I hit back with confidence and...
That's why I said, I was right, you do like Star Realms.
I do.
See?
But, I don't know if I'm going to actually play this, and it's $60 just to dive into it, and 10 games of the Star Realms, and I have plenty of deck builders I like, and so this is the closest one. Again, I backed it and I canceled my pledge. I was hoping you'd say I should back it. That's kind of where we're at with this one. Yeah, no, I didn't back this one, but I really like it and recommend it. I just don't know if I'll actually play it, and compared to all the other games I have, and maybe one day I'll get it again. We'll try it again another time, but for right now, I kind of had shelf control.
I should make you stop signs. So much you need to put breaths in between your words.
There's no need for breaths. Those are unnecessary. Anyways, moving
There
on.
are 2 games left, which means I now have a 50-50 chance.
You do, and the next one is a print and play roll and write.
I hate you.
It's the best possible thing I could have shown her. Sunshine City from Bluebird Entertainment.
And it's only $5.
Oh, yes. But you know what we could do to make your life easier? We should always do this. You shouldn't have to evaluate based on this alone. You should see the last 2 and pick which one I back because you know it's one.
Alright, let's do it.
Sunshine City. This is going to be a kind of algorithmically generated roll and write if you get the higher levels, or it's just a plain print and play roll and write if you get the lower levels.
Okay.
But it's giving you basically a city of tiles and thingies, and it's you're gonna be
Oh, they're so cute.
unique art for each map, all these individual sections, billions of combinations, mix and match the maps. There's got seed codes, which basically, again, you can generate your own little combinations of roll and writes. They're infinitely generatable, which means you also can't really laminate them because you'd have to have infinite amount of lamination device tool thingamajiggies, so it's gonna be harder to do that. But past that, so many infinite. For $12, for 12 lowly dollars, you get an infinite roll and write generator. All the possible billions of combinations of trillions tectonic pencil lead generated game thingamajiggy.
I need more sleep.
Don't do sleep or pauses. Anyways, that's one option. The other option on the table is going to be Taverns and Dragons.
You've got to be kidding me.
It looks adorable.
It's so cute.
Which one did I get?
I don't know.
Taverns and Dragons.
I have a great idea. I'll pick one and then I'll have you back the other.
We have to talk about the game first. Taverns and Dragons. This is going to be from Lord Raccoon Games, and this is a game which you're going to be wandering around the board. You're going to be having kind of a little bit of what's it called, rondelle type system where you're moving your meeples around the board,
those, okay.
collecting items from various locations.
And?
You have some basic things on the map, and then some things that are put on the map as well. You're trying to accomplish quests and basically gather ingredients to cook food for the king. You're going to have all these various people.
You did.
Which one are you choosing?
This
Which one
one.
I back? No, I backed the print and play roll and
Are you
write.
kidding me? Please back this one. It's so cute.
I've played this one. It's good. It is good. I don't see you continuously asking to play this one. I'll get it if you want me to get it.
Fine.
I will get it. I'm just saying, I enjoyed this one, and this
I'm
one
very
falls in the
excited about my
category.
roll and write. This was very, very stressful.
What was stressful? You got
Both
most
of
of them right.
I did get most of
It
them
was
right.
a hard last 2. That was intentional.
That's really
I'm
funny.
always going to do that going forward. Going forward, it's going to be down to the last 2, and you have to pick from 2 hard choices.
You know what's funny? I was thinking the other day, what would happen if, because you still have an alphabetical order,
Yes.
if all of them happen to be the first 4.
Yeah, fortunately it hasn't happened yet. One episode, last episode, I think they're yeah, this is cute.
So
I
cute.
played it. It's a good game. I played it twice even. Maybe more. I think I played it 3 times. I played it 3 times. This is a good game that I enjoy, but I don't love. And the art is great. The art really pulled me in. There's a reason I kept playing
That's why
it.
I said it, because the art really pulled me in.
It did. I think the overall game around it I enjoyed. The art is like a 5 out of 5 for me. Everyone's gonna have their personal preference.
And your print and plays is like literally a 50-50 chance.
It depends on the game, but also this is from Peter Hayward. So a common denominator as well with print and play roll rights for me
really cool.
is I am always compelled by these roll rights, and that's the small price point makes it easier to jump into. The problem with the small price point is there's so many of these print and play roll rights that $5 per roll right adds up very quickly. The difference between these games
So small.
adds up very quickly.
So small.
All those lattes I can get instead. I'd rather have the lattes than a bad roll and write. But anyways, Sunshine City and Aquamarine, the difference between the two of those and many of the other ones I don't back is both of them are from established game designers who have plenty of other titles under their belt. So I have a high degree of confidence. Not to say, and you can reasonably say, give all the other people a chance. I could, but I'm trying to back games I think that are from me, and so I do bias myself towards people who I think have more of a whatever you want to call it, designer chops under the belt. This is from Bluebeard Entertainment. He literally has a blue beard. The guy's name is Peter Hayward. Met him at Gamma. I played games with him.
Any ideas?
I have no ideas except to get rid of my beard.
Absolutely not.
Yes.
Nope.
Totally.
Never happening.
100%.
You'll wake up with Sharpie.
You will not be here.
Other people can color.
That probably sounded worse. I wasn't threatening her. We've talked about the fact that at one point in a year and a half from now, she's leaving the country for 2 weeks. That's what I mean when I say you'll not be here. Not like I'm going to murder you so I can shave my beard, which may have sounded worse.
Devin and Jesse will be around.
How's that going to help?
They'll come and they'll color Sharpie all over you.
How's that? Devin and Jesse? We'll figure it out. Anyways, that is everything. These are the games we backed. And as far as if I could only back one, usually if we only back 3, but that's when I back 9. I backed 4. So we're not doing if we can only back 3, that would be silly. If I could only back 1 from Aquamarine, from the Foundations of Rome, from Sunshine City, and from Moonrakers, which one would I back?
Moonrakers.
Honestly, I don't even know.
I was going to say, 2 of them are rolling rights and...
One's an expansion that I don't necessarily know if I care about yet.
Right.
One's an expansion...
And then 2 are print and play rolling rights.
2 are print and play rolling rights, which I don't think would get the cut.
One was very weird.
I think Foundations of Rome would take the cake here. I think, but it's a hard one. Because I think the rolling rights, I can let them go. Print and play rolling rights, even though they're cool, until I actually start playing them. Again, I've played Voyages, and, it's somewhere. I have to, properly print them out and put... Until I put it somewhere where it will actually be played, it's just wasting space. So, we'll see. But yeah, that's it. That is the what we backed for August. 4 lowly titles, and 2 of them were print and play rolling rights for $5 and $12 respectively. And then from there we got 2 expansions. So nothing new or interesting. Not new interesting. The 16 things that are new interesting. I just only backed 4 of them. Join us in September as we go through the many games that Alex has apparently been saving up for over these past several months, because September...
It's a problem.
It's going to be real bad.
It's going to be hilarious.
There's a Command game. There's 4 other games I've already played and enjoyed. There's 5 games I want to get, and that's just from the stuff I know about, let alone the stuff that I don't even know is coming yet. Winter is coming. Oh, House of Dragons is great, by the way. Love that. Lord of the Rings she likes.
If you don't want to watch it, I will continue watching it.
I like it. No, I wouldn't even say I like it enough to watch it. I am invested enough in the genre and the franchise to continue watching it.
I agree with that.
But I don't love the show yet. Maybe I will. Maybe. Every Friday, join us at 8 p.m. over on Amazon Prime, where apparently Prime Video is streaming to 25 million households, and it's the most loved show on everyone, according to everything except for IMDb, Rotten Tomatoes, and Amazon ratings, so there's lots and lots and lots of negative reviews. But that also could be because of the, what?
I like it.
I like you changed the week with
I like it.
I am tolerably okay with it. It's a solid 6 out of 10.
I'm enjoying it. It's fun.
House of Dragons is a 10 out of 10.
Yes, House
Love
of
it.
Dragons is awesome.
Anyways, with that, we're going to go ahead and call this a day. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate all of you. I'm
outside.
going to call it a night. I'm going to go to sleep so I can hop on a plane tomorrow morning and get out of here. I need coffee.
No, you don't. No, now you need sleep. Tomorrow you can have coffee.
Coffee and sleep.
No.
Until next time, I'm Alex Radcliffe from Board Game Co.
I'm Rena.
I hope you have a good one.